What is really going on, darlings? We are going to be doing a reading for Leo January mid-month there, darling. And again, these are my favorite decks, the Archetype deck and the, what is this, Light Seers. Yeah, so these are my two favorite decks. It gets deep. Pretty much everything is touched upon. They'll always pepper a little bit of love in there, but it's a lot about like soul readings. Okay, interesting. The flame, it's in reverse. I feel like extinguished. I heard extinguish. The underworld in reverse. This could be you not feeling connected, or literally maybe going through a depression. The sustainer in reverse. Something that's not sustainable. Or we're gonna take the book out too. Interesting. Oh, the orphan in reverse. Yeah, this kind of definitely has a feel of depression already, which if that's the case, I'm really sorry as someone who deals with that as well. You know, but listen, we're here for you. All right. So the flame is health, mental clarity, good digestion. In reverse, it's excess heat and anger, complete darkness. And it's next to the underworld in reverse. And the underworld, you know, it sounds like it's a bad thing, right? It sounds like we're going, you know, to Hades, whatever, Hades, you know. But it's also seeing the unknown. What is in the underworld? It, you know, it is the unseen. And I think it's like not having the passion or the mental bandwidth to deal with those things. Maybe you are very spiritual right now. You are very spiritual, but I really don't feel like you're going through a point where you're just not being spiritual. Which, listen, spirituality is very mentally taxing. It is, you know, shadow work. It is deep reflection. It is spell work. It is divination. It takes, you know, hours upon hours, you know what I mean? And, you know, if you're feeling disconnected and, you know, not in the right mental place for various reasons, because we are spiritual beings living a human experience. It is a human experience. Okay, so there are going to be things that go wrong that we cannot explain, and we do not know the reason why, right? And I'm not going to sit here and spiritual bypass and tell you, you know, everything's for a higher purpose. Some things just fucking suck, right? And we don't have the answer to them. And I'm not going to say that I have all the answers. And if someone says that, you know, they really don't get the bigger picture here. Okay. But anyways, we're going to keep going. Think of this card as a call to reignite that fire, to cup your hands gently around those things you've forgotten and protect the flame no matter how harshly the winds around you blow. It could be an inner archetype that begs you to light its wick. It is likely that the poet, the mystic, the shaman would call to you with language of the flame. Let's see. To enliven the connection with this archetype energy, practice the candle gazing technique called Trakta. I butchered that. Notice how lighting a single candle in any space brings magic to the room and creates a sense of reverence. Moving forward, hope, prayer, hope for the future. Also at the same time, staying in the now, which, you know, is very important. We're going to go on to the underworld. Okay, I take notes in this book, and as you see, I underlined some stuff, so I'm just going to read this one first. This is no time to mince words. The archetypal territory of the underground is fraught with nightmares, suffering, and pain. Yeah, you're really going through it. I'm getting emotional. Yeah, this is tough. It is the darkest shadow realm which we try vigilantly to avoid or deny at any cost. Try as we might, the darkness pulls us into the depths through disturbing dream images, unexpected accidents, illness, war, conflict, and ultimately death. Yeah, you are really, really seeing and I don't want to like use annoying spiritual terms, but the 3D world for how it is. It is imperfect. It is a prison planet, okay? There's no two ways about it. But it is a school, and school isn't fucking easy, okay? Let's see. The underworld, or denying its existence altogether, is what gives it dangerous power. Traversing its forces Traversing it forces us to bow humbly to the greater force that be, while summoning the inner strength we previously underestimated. This is a lot about inner strength for sure. Take solace that the underworld subsumes everyone from time to time, making us deeper friends, more intimate partners, soldiers of light amid our shadowy times. Facing darkness and choosing light is the most profound calling of all. I'm about to lose my shit. I know I'm not supposed to curse in YouTube anymore. I'm sorry. Not even like I was monetized in the first place. Anyways, but we're working on it. So in the upright, it's bravery, facing the deepest fears. In the reverse, it's denial, suppression, and evil unconsciousness. Because you feel that your light is dimming out, you are getting sucked into this, unfortunately. And it is a fucking slippery slope. I'm just going to tell you. All right, hold up. Just making sure this is still on. Search for images of a map of Dante's Inferno. What does the story of the epic descent stir in you? I've actually never read that, but my mother is an English teacher and fucking loves that shit. Anyways, one of the earliest stories on record is that of the goddess Inanna's descent. Turns out descending into the underworld is as old as time itself. It is the human experience. Which is so lovely. You know, it could be, if that's the thing, the human experience is lovely and gut-wrenching and horrible at the same time, all at once, right? And, let's see. I would love to wrap in some other spiritual teachings, but I don't want to downplay. Here we go. Wow. Okay, so we have the sustainer here, okay, my loves? And I wrote a lot of notes on this, all right? So in the upright, it's abundant and generous, supportive, and reliable. Because of this, you do not feel those ways. You do not feel like your life is sustainable, unfortunately. And I'm very deeply sorry that you feel that way. However, I really do think that you are going to be able to come out of this and, you know, turn your light back on. Oh my God. Oh God, this is like the most depressing, but like in touch reading I've had in a while. Take note of the difference between maintaining and sustaining. Which action describes your life more accurately? Contemplate what truly sustains you. Make a list. Notice how simple yet powerful those things are and spend time tending to them. Okay, so I also did the definition of sustain and maintain. Okay, so sustaining something is the ability to be maintained at a certain rate or level. So you're sustaining already something that's in place. Now, to maintain something is to provide with necessities for life and existence. So the simple things of life. Okay, you're maintaining your life, and how you maintain it is how you sustain it, if that makes sense. So I'm going to read some of this. It's tending to the tasks of life. Because you feel this way, I feel like you feel like a lot of your life is coming and unraveling out of control because you are in a dark place. And again, I'm so sorry that you feel that way. We're going to keep reading. We're going to go into the tarot and we're going to figure this out, okay? It's common for the sustainer to become overworked, leading to resentment. Their tasks aren't glamorous, and therefore the sustainer rarely receives the credit or attention. Could be a mother. You know, I've been seeing a lot about that recently. You know, the kinship role of the mother. It's just like, and of a woman in society. No, I mostly read for the feminine, but this, you know, however you identify, however it resonates. The sustainer longs to hold things in place so badly, especially relationships, that they resist necessary change. Take time with this archetype. It is within us all and needs our love. Yeah, it's staying in this. I just dropped my pen. Whatever, I have like 40 of them over here. It is staying in this energy, and you knowing that it's not sustainable. You knowing you can't move forward with this. Now, we're going to move forward with the orphan. And get into the zero. Okay. The orphan. I have no notes on this. So let's see. Now, I also want to point out that this card fell on the sideways, even though these are circle cards, okay? So whenever I get that, it's always like, it is either in motion. This energy is in motion. It could go between either of the two, or you are struggling with the balance of that. And again, with this, we'll see how that plays into it. Okay, so when it is in the upright, deep solace, deep acceptance, deep love. Now, when it's dark, distance, hates and avoids, controlling and limiting. I feel like you are in the dark more so now, but you're really trying to come to the light. Because if the sustainer wasn't here, you wouldn't be thinking about what things you have to do to move forward, to maintain and sustain the life that you want and to feel fulfilled and happy. Because right now, you do not feel this way at all. Like, it is the absolute absence. Look at these cards. They're dark. You know, you're like, this one's in a box, okay, surrounded by darkness. This, you know what I mean? So anyways, let's keep doing this. I'm going to read this and then we'll go tarot. To study the orphan, it is to study the deep and challenging energy of our time. We are never more connected, yet face collective isolation. The refugee crisis haunts our planet. Children are separated from parents, and the earth begs for our attention. This is also like an existential crisis. You know, I keep getting the people who are chronically online. And listen, I get that too. But like, because you're faced with all these like terrible things in the world, and you're just like, it makes you feel little and small and helpless. So I think, you know, especially in the climate that our country is in today, you know, it looks bleak. Here we go. We are in a time of universal orphanage of nature, of each other, of our own hearts. Take refuge in the fact that we all share this core wound and dilemma. It is normal to fear this card as it haunts the caverns of the soul. When it appears, take time, real time, to be in the presence of feelings this card stirs in you. Let it humble you. What are you starving for? What is the deepest gift you could imagine giving to others? What has been rejected is quite possibly what is most needed, dear one. Aw. So again, I really feel, I saw 1212, my love. Like you are really trying to navigate this energy, and it feels like you are doing it by your lonesome, which is extremely difficult. And here's where I'm coming in to help. All right, my loves, listen, I really feel for you, and let's see what we can do. Okay, justice. Okay, we love this balance. I think you could have a justice mindset. You could have a strong inclination to justice, to make things just. Also, you could love Snooki from Jersey Shore, who this totally looks like. But also what I feel too, as someone who, you know, I'm getting this in the community, also over on the Clock app, people who are in the spiritual community and have autism, you know, if you have autism, you have a strong sense of justice, right? And you see a lot of unjust things happening in the world. You want to help, but I feel like helpless. You don't know how to. And this is with yourself too. You're coming out of a place of love. You have a lot of love to give. You have a lot to offer. And again, this is an offer of love from the universe, reminding you that it's all, you know, we are all one, you know, as cheesy that is, we are all God, right? We are all made of stardust. We are all made of that. We all come from the same place. And reminding you that you have it in you to light this, to relight your candle. And I think doing these things, helping other people, whether that is spiritually, medically, whatever the case may be, it's going to really help you on your journey to move forward. A Nine of Pentacles. This is a card of, and we have the 7, 9 to the 7. Singleness. You could be by yourself. You could be chronically alone is what I heard. Jesus Christ. And, you know, make your own coin. This could be, again, maybe something that you want to invest in and do. But it is possible is what it's saying. Every card here is upright. You have all the opportunities. Unfortunately, it's one of those things that you have to make sense out of it. I was watching Euphoria, okay? I was watching a lot of that. You'll see the nails in my makeup, you know, I'm going to be putting more gems on them. But, you know, God, that one, I thought it was going to be like another like teeny bop show, but boy, it was not. It really wasn't. But anyways, when Rue's dad, uh, she was like, I hated when people said that this happened for a reason, but what they mean and what I think they mean is you have to give it a reason, right? I don't want to fall into the spiritual bypassing and the, everything happens for a reason stuff, because that sometimes is more mentally harmful. But I think a lot of the times you really do have to use it and move forward. And sometimes we don't know the full answer. Okay. We don't know what's going on behind the curtains most of the time. Even someone here who's a psychic and reads the energy, my love, I'm not going to sit here and spill and tell you that I know everything, because I don't. Okay. Anyways, with the Seven of Pentacles, you want to work on this moving forward. You want to create, something that is going to grow and give to not only yourself, but other people. And it's out of love. Oh, look at that. These are all wonderful cards. And I'm happy that is, because this is like a drastic difference. It's really coming out of like really pulling yourself out by yourself. So, geez. Whew. Yeah, this. I'm going to have to go for a walk after this, y'all. Ace of Pennies in the heart of the reading. You have two aces right here and the Justice card. This is in your cards, okay? This is, and also part of that, yeah, you do have to believe that too, because this is coming to you. You have, whatever it is, you have the fucking Suis, and not a lot of people have the Suis, okay? But you have it. And I think, again, we do live in a capitalistic structure. You're going to be able to monetize this, which is, honestly, we need to put food on the table, okay? You need to feed yourself. You want to be comfortable. Unfortunately, with all this stuff, temperance, this could be something where you feel like it's imbalanced right now. Maybe you don't have a lot of money. You don't have a lot of resources. You feel imbalanced internally as well, because there was another study that came out saying like poverty and, is like the number one cause for like depression, which duh, and a bunch of, other issues, of course, right? But I think you're going to be able to get out of that soon. Six of Cups. Now, yes, this is a card of the past, but this is also a card of thinking about the silver lining of things, okay? What made you off balance? What does make you off balance? But what can you take from it moving forward, looking back on it? King of Swords. Now, this may be you. This is a masculine energy, but this is living in truth. This is also, sound very New York there. Well, I'm listening to a lot of Nicki Minaj too, okay? As always, but this could be living in your truth, being truthful, moving forward. Also, this is kind of a card of solace. When you do so, you are a truth seeker and truth speaker. It does feel lonely. But I think you're looking back on things with reflection. Yeah, you're keeping your cards to yourself. You could be budgeting well. That's what's good. But keeping your cards close and, waiting for things to grow. And I really respect that. Sorry if that was loud and anyone's wearing headphones. Ooh, boom, boom, boom. I'm sorry. I'm jacked up. Okay. This is a Leo reading. The overall energy is strength. Leo card. Okay. This is not only finding the inner strength, okay, but the emotional, you're still being kind and being strong. Finding the balance. A lot of this is about balancing your inner self. Also, she is wearing carnelian, which, listen, I am a slut for carnelian. Love it. Love it. Maybe carry some carnelian on you. Look into stones. Look into spell work. Okay? Like, there are things, and there is a community out there that, has the same insights where you won't feel as alone. Whether that's on the tube, the clock app, reading, going to, more class. I know I have to do that. I have to actually go out and, make efforts to meet new people. Yeah. Oh my God, the Emperor. Very fiery. This is Aries energy as well, but standing so unapologetically in your power, because this is where you came from and this is where you're going. I'm like so humbled by this, because this is a true fucking warrior. You can't make up a warrior spirit. You really can't. It is made. And it makes me think, I have so many of those little pop culture references, which I love. But it makes me think of the Bane thing. You nearly adopted the dog. I was born in it. And I think that's kind of like how I feel. Like, it's like, but this is like the ultimate baddie, though, because this is a baddie of justice, of strength, and kindness. And listen, if that's not a triple threat, I don't know what the is, okay? Anyways, I started this reeling. I started this reading sad, and like, and I was crying, because I feel this pain, but I left it feeling confident that whoever this is going to get through this and is going to come out shining, spinning straw into motherfucking gold like Rumpelstiltskin. And it wasn't Rumpelstiltskin, it was the other girl. But anyways. All right, anyways, I hope this helped. Stay strong. You fucking got this. We need more leaders like you. Literally, stay strong. Love y'all so fucking much. And hit all those buttons for you, girl.